Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And, of course, the show replays on the Friday morning at 7 a.m. and on Saturdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. And, of course, on radio, on the first program time of 7 a.m. You can listen to it on KSLO like you have for the past working on 36 years. And now 105.3 out of Simmsport, Louisiana. And a big addition to all of this is the internet.
Correct.
The internet is really growing. I want to tell our friends from Germany hello, Ida and Rolf. And we didn't hear from you this week, I'm sorry. And hopefully you can send us a couple of pictures or where you are.
We got an email in the last week. We got an email that they are traveling around. So
yeah, they were going to the Grand Canyon last week.
Right.
So hopefully they probably would be in Alaska by now, a week later.
Cool.
I would say, yeah, probably so. Real nice people, and you meet the nicest people when you want to try to be nice. And I want to introduce you to my sidekick, Andrew.
Well, good morning. You're being extra nice then.
Yes, sir. I want you to get a full day's pay.
Well, sure.
Well, it's Easter Sunday, and I want you to be able to go get some eggs.
I bought some eggs so I can pock some eggs.
So you can pock some eggs. That's correct. We still pock eggs down in South Louisiana. I'm not sure that Ida and Rolf would know anything about pocking eggs.
I don't think they pock eggs in Germany, I don't think.
Well, you never know. You know, that's the thing.
They probably die some, though. I would think they die some.
They probably don't pock eggs right there in Shreveport, Louisiana.
No, that's too far away, too.
Too far away. But anyhow, it's a big tradition here, and we're not laughing about that. That's correct. When we were coming up, I remember Jerry Walters, Butch Lazaro and Booty Bohanna's cousin from Baton Rouge, would come down every year, and he'd come down with he had taken the inside out of the egg and had put some wax inside of it, and he beat us. But we caught on to him, didn't we, Butch? Good morning, Butch and Kay, and Booty.
They don't use them store-bought eggs. I like to use those country eggs because they're harder. That's what they all tell me. Everybody tells me, oh, you can't use a store-bought egg to pock. You got to have a country egg.
Country egg. All right. So, okay. I'm gonna do that.
That's like us. We're country eggs too.
Yeah. Country pumpkins.
That's right.
Country pumpkins. We want to start off
with a sponsor.
Dr.
Sure.
Carrie Thibodeau.
I can do that. Dr. Carrie Thibodeau, all your surgery needs. You know, when you go to your doctor and he says, I think you got something that has to have someone look at and maybe do a little bit of cutting. Dr. Carrie Thibodeau is your board certified general surgeon, a wound care expert, and a vascular surgeon, can handle varicose vein work, any kind of healing type issues with maybe you've got diabetic problems that have caused you not to heal very well, maybe prior surgeries, or just some aging where you've got a nitpicking type problem that you need to heal with.
Before we go into all of those specialties of his, which are very true, very correct.
He's got some other specialties.
But I constantly, over the years, have always mentioned the fact that he's one of the better donators of his time and his money in our area. And he was recognized recently. Would you kind of give us a little bit of that?
The Opelousas St. Landry Chamber of Commerce named him their Citizen of the Year this year at the banquet, which I guess was last Thursday night. So they recognized him. You won the award a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
or 2 years ago.
And I didn't go. It slipped by me. We talked about it last week. It was on the program, and we didn't program our program up here.
That's right. But Dr. Carey is the person they recognize. Of course, he does everybody knows about the squirrel cook-off, and now he does the springtime rabbit cook-off as well. There's 2 big cook-offs every year over at Willie's in Washington to help some needy person or some needy family.
And those take a lot of time, just like you and I have learned that we just have ended our Santa breakfast. And the good news is, and we just kind of put the
pencil to the paper.
The minimum we've collected that we're aware of, and maybe some money went to the clinic. Some go directly to the clinic. But thanks to all of you out there who are regular donors, all of you new donors this year. We had the second largest amount of money donated in 8 years. We've held this Santa breakfast at Indian Hills Country Club the first Wednesday of December each year. We have in the bank, and that's important, in the bank, $44,003 as of March 31st, and we say that is the ending of the Santa breakfast. You and I start first few days of November, and we constantly talking about it. We mention it here on the program, and I hope you all don't get tired of it, but those kids, I don't think the clinic would be open had we not got into this fundraiser.
The timing was perfect because some of the other groups that would help fund a lot of their expenses, they've had to tighten their belts. So we kind of showed up at the perfect moment.
Perfect timing, and only God could have said, Bobby, you need to try a breakfast. I mean, stop and think about it. And once we decided, we just got right into it, and from the very first year, I think we might have gone $28,000 the first year, something in the high 20s.
Right out the gate.
Right out the gate, and then constantly we're in the 40s. And we just can't thank all of you that help us, and our chefs, our volunteers that day. We must have 30, 40 people volunteering.
That either serve or work in the kitchen.
That's right, and we have 8 to 10 chefs that, and again, I like to mention, they don't just come at 5 o'clock in the morning to cook the breakfast. They bring the breakfast and all the goodies that
They
goes.
donate the food that they cook.
That's correct, and Indian Hill donates the facility. So I hate to say it's the ending, but really, today is what, the 4th. We start a new
first,
one.
That's right. It's not the end of that one. It's the beginning of the new year.
Beginning of the new year, and it's a lot of fun. It really is. Being Santa Claus is a lot of fun, and it's just a shame that more of you wouldn't be able to see and experience the day that I spend with the children as their Santa Claus. It's so fulfilling. I call it my biggest day of the year each year. When you see those little children, even though they really very badly afflicted, yet I think they recognize Santa Claus. I guess they see enough
and
of
it's
it.
every range. We have some of those kids that you can hardly tell have an issue because they've worked so hard and don't have the really, really bad symptoms. And then some of the kids really from almost day one or almost bedridden that come to the clinic. I mean, they literally have to be rolled in and all that. So we see every extreme.
Yeah, and one of our poster children, I call them poster children, that we use to send out the letters. Usually I'm with 1 or 2 of the children in the letter, inviting you to attend and giving you the details and all, is your first cousin's child.
Baby Jack.
Baby Jack. And he is blind.
Yeah.
Now, looking at it from just a little distance, there's no way you could tell.
Beautiful kid, well dressed. Mama's got him dialed up.
Oh, I mean to tell you, she really does a great job of taking care of that child. And right there from Port Barry.
Yep. So it's everybody you know, and I talked about the clinic for a long time about you don't necessarily know all the people who actually participate there. And the day I walked in and saw Baby Jack there, I was like, what are y'all doing here? It never dawned on me that they would also utilize the services there. So a lot of people that you know in your family may be using the clinic, you don't even know it. So
good. Well, anyhow, from the bottom of this big heart here, thanks a lot. And I want to thank God for giving me the I guess the desire. What do you call it?
Desire and the tools. You got both.
Yeah, and the people believe in the program. And one of the good reasons they can believe is that every cent that you donate, I'm talking to every one of you out there, and a lot of you have not sent any money. It's not too late to get on the bandwagon to help. We need it more today.
P.O. Box 70, Opelousas, Louisiana.
Just put Santa.
70571. Make it payable to Santa. Address it to Santa. P.O. Box 70. It'll go to the Cerebral Palsy Clinic.
And every penny that you donate goes to the clinic. There are no expenses. You and I take care of the stamps, the postage,
We don't-
the letterheads,
We
the
don't
letters.
build fuel. We don't build stamps. We don't do any of that.
Nothing, and I like to, when I have something like this, I like to participate. I personally donate a gift to each kid, a little gift every year, and have since I was Santa Claus.
But before the breakfast
About
started.
26 years ago, 25 years ago, I started being Santa, and then started the Santa breakfast. I want to get off of it, but it's hard to get off of something good that you believe in. And you and I believe in it, and the people believe in it, or we wouldn't get that $44,003 that we got last year just by talking and sending out the letters and kind of begging. But we don't mind begging for that. Every dollar you give goes to the clinic.
Benny's Supermarket. We'll hit a
Well,
couple
I didn't
more
say
sponsors.
I gave $5,000 towards the end.
That
to
works
help,
pretty good too.
Yeah, to help it
That helps.
over the hill.
Got
Yep.
to top off that kitty.
Yes, sir.
Benny's Supermarket here in Opelousas is all your grocery needs. Of course, they're big sponsor and big help for us as well. They've got everything in their grocery store from good meats all stuffed and ready to roll. Seafood right now, at the end of Lent, you can still get some seafood there at Mr. Benny's, from the fish to the shrimp. Fresh produce. They got the deli 7 days a week with all the things that you want to eat, from a light salad all the way to some good heavy working man's rice and gravy. They'll do catering for you as well. They've got Miss Mary's Gift Shop and Little Benny's Sports Shack with nutritional supplements and all the things you need if you like to work out. How about one more? Targill. But spices, if you're looking for spices, you want to buy pre-mixed spices, you want to buy the loose spices to do your own mixing at home, they can do that for you. They've got casings for your sausage. They've got containers and cutlery. If you need cutlery just in your outdoor kitchen, if you're a caterer, maybe you've got a full-blown restaurant, you can get all your restaurant and kitchen supplies and market supplies there. If you're a cake baker, I know a lot of ladies make cakes and sell cakes, and I say ladies, men as well.
Yeah.
They've got all that type of thing there at Targill as well. Go to targill.com. They have over 25 years worth of experience. And KSLO will see you on the other side of 3.
And I might add also that the Bellard family is also part of Bellard's Poultry. Been in business, I guess, 50 years now. And then there's the Two Mamas Fried Chickens here
Yes,
in
sir.
Opelousas, Louisiana, also part of the Bellard family. And just good, solid, down-to-earth, hard worker, and they participate in local assistance throughout Acadiana.
You got it. Now, next spring, I know we're way ahead, but we got a note from Miss Mardell Sibley, who's the county agent, I guess, county executive director over at the Farm Service Agency, FSA, over on the I-49 service road. They're having a big family reunion, and it takes a year to plan one of these things. They're looking for the Hargruders and the Vidrines to all come together before next February. They're going to do it all at the Amberley building. So if you're descended from William Hargruder and Amelia Rivette, who were married together in the mid-1800s, or Alcine Vidrine and Estelle Andrepont, which was the mid-1800s as well, give them a call. Call Miss Mardell Sibley at 692-0429, or send her an email at masibley@CenturyLink.net.
Very good. I noticed several advertisements lately. We talked about Dupre Logistics needing some good drivers. Well, Sterling Auto Sales, which is located in Lafayette, and now 3 dealerships here in Opelousas. They are looking for some good salespeople to help move to the next level, and they're talking about Sterling Buick GMC, which was formerly Deese's, and then of course just recently they've also purchased the Bordelon Motors, which now is Sterling Ford, and then of course across the interstate on the service road there, Dodge, Jeep, and Chrysler products, again Sterling. So if you're interested in some sales, and I'm sure they can assist you if you are if you have the technical ability to learn the computerization. It's highly technical to work on these vehicles. I'm sure they have some good openings for good technicians, also mechanics.
I'll tell you that story the other day. I met one of the general managers who runs the big place down in Scott, the big construction company.